Hey there, history buffs! Welcome back to another exciting exploration of ancient times. Today I'm diving into the ancient biblical boundaries of Israel, as outlined in Numbers 34, 1, 12. This passage is a treasure trove of historical and geographical information. This is a fascinating journey through the land promised to the Israelites, so buckle up. We're about to traverse some ancient and significant terrain, so let's start with some context. Understanding the geographical boundaries helps us appreciate the historical and cultural significance of these regions. The Book of Numbers, part of the Torah, provides us with a detailed description of the land of Canaan, the promised land which the Israelites were to inherit. This land was not just a random piece of territory, it was a land flowing with milk and honey, rich in resources and history. And these borders, they're pretty specific. That the precision in these descriptions highlights the importance of land and territory in ancient times. First up, the southern border. This boundary is particularly interesting because it traverses some of the most rugged and arid landscapes. It starts from the wilderness of Zin, stretches along the side of Edom, and extends to the end of the Salt Sea. That's the Dead Sea we know today. The Dead Sea, with its high salinity, is one of the most unique bodies of water on Earth. From there it turns south to the ascent of Akrabbim, continues to Zin, and goes south of Kadesh-barnea. This route would have been challenging with its steep ascents and harsh desert conditions. Then it reaches Hazaraddar and heads to Azmon. These locations, though less known today, were significant waypoints in ancient times. The southern boundary finally turns from Azmon to the Brook of Egypt, terminating at the Mediterranean Sea. Quite the journey, right? Imagine the diverse landscapes and ecosystems this boundary crosses. Next, let's talk about the western border. This boundary is defined by one of the most beautiful and historically significant coastlines in the world. This one's a bit simpler. It's the coastline of the Great Sea, known today as the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean Sea has been a cradle of civilization, influencing trade, culture, and history for millennia. Picture that beautiful, vast coastline stretching out as far as the eye can see. It's no wonder this area was so highly prized. Now, the northern border is where it gets interesting. This boundary traverses some of the most dramatic and varied landscapes. It starts at the Great Sea and runs to Mount Hor. Mount Hor is a significant landmark, often associated with the death of Aaron, Moses' brother. From Mount Hor, the border extends to Lebo-hamath, terminating at Zedad. These areas were crucial in ancient times, serving as gateways to different regions. Then it proceeds to Ziphron and ends at Hazar-enan. Each of these locations has its own unique history and significance. This boundary has seen centuries of history and movement. Finally, the eastern border. This boundary is perhaps the most complex, weaving through various terrains and landmarks. This one starts at Hazar-enan, goes down to Shepham, and then to Riblah on the eastern side of Ain. These areas were vital for their strategic and resource value. From there it reaches the slope on the east side of the Sea of Chinnereth, known today as the Sea of Galilee. The Sea of Galilee is not only a geographical landmark, but also a site of immense religious significance. The border then follows down to the Jordan River, ending at the Salt Sea. The Jordan River has been a lifeline for the region, providing water and fertile land for agriculture. These detailed borders, given by Yahweh to Moses, were meant to define the land of inheritance for the Israelites. They were not just lines on a map, but promises of a future and a hope. It's amazing to think about how these ancient boundaries have shaped the history and culture of the region. They have influenced countless generations and continue to be relevant today. So there you have it. The biblical boundaries of Israel as described in Numbers 34, 1, 12. These borders tell a story of a people, a promise, and a land. I hope you enjoyed this journey through ancient history. It's incredible how these ancient texts continue to inform and inspire us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating historical insights. Your support helps us bring more of these stories to life. Catch you in the next video. Until then, keep exploring and stay curious.